Let's pick up now on the markets, and after a muted trade from the JSE and a stronger rand, markets are expected to trade slightly better today. Rates decisions from the US Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank and the Bank of Japan, including the US big tech earnings, will be the focus of attention this week. So let's speak to the head of equity research at FNB Wealth and Investments, Chantal Marx, for a quick update on how the markets are shaping up. Chantal, good morning to you. Let's start with your quick overview of how the local index and in particular the currency are faring in early trade after that muted close on the JSE, including, by the way, a rally by the rand.
Well, so far so good. This morning we have seen miners do quite well, and we've seen some support out of China really coming through in Tencent and by extension Naspers and Process. We've also had a few updates this morning from companies specifically, and most of those companies have been doing well so far in early trade. The rand is stronger again. It has broken through its 200-day moving average, which is quite a technical term, but it's an important psychological level, which suggests that there could still be some strength in the local currency, despite it now moving closer to what would be deemed as fair value levels.
Let's quickly launch into company news. Kumba Iron Ore has cut its interim dividend by over 20%. This is in line with falling earnings. Help us make sense of their performance.
So Kumba Iron Ore's earnings came under pressure for a variety of reasons, and none of it was unexpected for the market. We know that they've been struggling to get iron ore to port because of the issues at Transnet Freight Rail, and also iron ore prices have been under pressure. They have managed to record pricing ahead of benchmark because of the high quality of their iron ore, and profitability was under pressure, and as you mentioned, the dividend was cut, but actually the dividend wasn't cut as much as expected, so the share price has responded positively to that result.
Sasol publishing their latest production and the sales metrics for the year, which ended on the 30th of June 2023. How are their numbers looking?
So production numbers were in line with expectations, actually a little bit better than expected in South Africa. They had a very difficult start to their financial year from a production perspective locally, but things seem to have improved more recently. The problem for Sasol at this point in time is that chemical prices have been under a lot of pressure. So their various chemical businesses across the world has failed to kind of generate the sales income that they would have liked. So definitely some pressure coming through there, but none of it unexpected. And again, because of that improvement in the South African operational performance, we also saw the share up this morning.
Let's conclude with the retailer Sheen, which is being sued by rival H&M for copyright infringement in Hong Kong. What's going on here, and is there merit to the claim?
Well, it's not Sheen's only copyright infringement lawsuit, and they also face a variety of other lawsuits in terms of the Competition Act undercutting, in terms of pricing and so forth. So we're not surprised that another lawsuit has been launched against Sheen. This one specifically relates to a variety of clothing garments that seem to have been copied from H&M's kind of internal design team, and I think they have a case to answer to here, not only in Hong Kong but in a variety of other jurisdictions where they also face similar claims. And I think it's going to be uphill for Sheen in the near term as they try and navigate that real thrust with which they've entered the market and upended local retailers across the world, because a lot of them are complaining that they're not fighting fair.
Interesting case indeed. Thank you very much for that markets update. Chantal Marx, Head of Equity Research at FNB Wealth and Investments.